Hi, this is Joe again with another movie review. And for the start of this video, we're going to be discussing my Big Fat Greek wedding movies. There's only two of them, and I'm going to make this really a short video because there's not much I want to say about these two movies. So for the first one, excuse me. The first movie, my Big Fat Greek wedding, which came out back in 2002, became a big hit. It was an independently made film, and there was a huge. I guess maybe because people were kind of like turned off about the title of the film, because I think it might be insulting to Greeks. At least I thought it was when I first heard about it. True, I'm not Greek, but I thought maybe it was insulting to Greeks and the Greek culture because it kind of pokes fun of it, of a Greek family. Kind of like what Moonstruck did with Italians, make fun of an Italian family in Brooklyn. Same thing with here, instead of makes fun of Greek family from Chicago. Of course, this movie was written by Nia Van. Sorry, I can't pronounce her last name. Well, she wrote, produced, and starred in this film. And she's not that bad looking film, or bad looking woman. The first film, she plays like a frumpy Greek. She was like made out to be a frumpy woman who wasn't married. She was like 32 years old and not married. So her father, ever since she was like 7 years old, says, "Hey, you're getting old. How come you're not married yet?" Just about every time since she was 7. And the father, she was nuts. I have to say, it is an exaggerated character, but it was nuts. Because every time you have something, if you have a cut, if you have pink eye, or if you have anything, he gives you Windex. He sprays Windex on the cut. Like me, if I have a cut on my arm, he say, "Oh, here's Windex." He sprays it. I mean, come on, sprays Windex on a cut. If you have psoriasis, or if you have pink eye, you have whatever ailment, he thinks everything can be cured with Windex. He's like obsessed with Windex, this guy. Well, in the first movie, of course, she works at a travel the main character works at a travel agency. She meets a guy, she instantly falls in love with him, but that's one slight problem. The guy is not Greek. So what he does, he converts to be a Greek Orthodox guy, and it kind of more pokes fun of it, because it is supposed to be a romantic comedy. So, and I'm surprised that Greeks haven't made a complaint over it, because people are very sensitive nowadays. So it says, "Oh, you poke fun of our culture." Well, and of course they get married. They show the whole Greek wedding. I thought that was interesting. So how Greeks marry someone off, but it was I thought it was kind of not a great movie, but at least it's entertaining and held my interest for the hour and 36 minutes of the thing. And it became and believe it or not, it became one of the biggest hits in 2002. I think at least the biggest comedy hit of 2002. Now the biggest hit, because I went to Spider-Man, and the second biggest hit was Star Wars Episode 2: Attack of the Clones. So there's and then of course those two action films. And in terms of comedy, like I said, my Big Fat Greek wedding was the biggest romantic comedy hit in 2002. Now right away they want to do a sequel almost right away, and of course it's going to be a sequel would just be like a rehash of the first film, which exactly is what they got. And it took 14 years, which is like an eternity in Hollywood years, to have a sequel made, because I don't think that many people were that interested in doing a sequel. Because of the fact that, like I said, it would be like a rehash of the first film. Well, earlier this year it came out, 2016, My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2. And at first, when I thought they was going to make a sequel, I thought it was going to be okay. It's going to have they put in a daughter, because they mentioned in the original movie at the end that they had or the couple that got married, the main characters that got married in the original film had a daughter, a 6-year-old, and she ended up being 6 years old by the end of the movie. So I figured, okay, 14 years later she'll be about like 20, and then she would get married. Wrong. That did not happen. What happened was they aged her back 3 years, making it 17. That's number one. As a high school senior, not a young girl in college, which would make sense because at the end of the movie would be 6 years, and it's like 14 years later, so she would be 20. Instead of doing that, instead of aging her right, they aged her back 3 years. So we can't marry a 20-year-old girl in this movie. Forget it. So what they did was they made out the fact that the two parents, the one who's obsessed with Windex, and the mother of the girl of Nia, I pronounced the last name in the original film, they found out that they were not officially married. Like a stereotypical soap opera plot. Because a priest did not sign off on the marriage certificate for some stupid reason, it's like a stupid oversight. So they found out that all these years they were not married. So the parents of Nia, they got married. And I said, seriously? That's the plot they came up with? Instead of doing the daughter, they're doing it with this. So of course actually they rehashed the whole Greek thing, Greek wedding. I mean, that's why the second movie was really a waste. That's why I understand why it took 14 years to make this movie, or a movie studio to sign off on this thing, because it was a stupid plot. It kind of ruins. The first one was kind of like a real novelty movie for me, but it kind of like ruined it by making this lousy sequel. But the actress who they hired to play the daughter of the main character of the original film, she was a knockout. I mean, she is hot. But other than that, I think it would have been better if they had her, at least a young girl, because the main character in the original movie, I think she was like in her 40s already, but by the time she did the original film, or late 30s or almost 40 when she did the original film. So let's do it with a young girl and do the rehash thing. I think that's what the problem with doing a sequel called My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2 is that they rehash a Greek wedding for the second film. I mean that's what the problem is with this movie. For anybody, they should just have the first movie and then be the end of it. But no, they had to milk the series, and like I said, it took 14 years to make it, and you can see why, because it's awful. It's a god awful movie, and one thing that I should point out, that in the original movie, they make fun of the fact that every boy, except for Nia's father, every boy in the whole family is named Nick. Even the girl, every one of the girls, one of the cousins named Nikki. Everybody else was named Nick, Nicholas, Nick. I mean, and the father was, what's your father's name? Gus. I mean, it was just dumb. It's just a dumb comedy bit in these two films. So that's my review of My Big Fat Greek Wedding movies. Please click on the video, please rate it, please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. You can also watch all my videos and only on my YouTube channel. You also go to rowdyc.com. That's OWDY, and that's C.com. There's a homepage of the Rowdy Reviewer, Christy Moore. Please check out all of his content on his website. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.